Hello everyone and welcome to a quick update. Before I'm starting to talk about various topics, here's the little disclaimer. This is a podcast-ish video. So the background is the lovely island of Isla Napali. It's just playing the park. I don't move, I don't do anything. If you only want to listen, you are totally fine by clicking away and do something else. But this is me talking about my current situation a little bit and giving you an info about upcoming projects, upcoming things, what's going to happen in my life, but also with the channel. So if you're interested, stick with me, listen to it. I hope that I can put some nice music into this video and you guys enjoy listening to it. So now let's not waste too much time and go into the first topic, which is my current situation here at home. I don't want to go too much into detail because these last weeks have been pretty shitty indeed, and it's not something that I do want to share too much, also because of reasons of I don't know. I mean, the chances that these people involved will see this video eventually are pretty low, but however, if so, I want to make sure that I only drop these infos relevant, which I'm a little bit sad to say, but yeah, there's no way, because it's really important for us to keep some things under the belt. However, situation being is that we needed to fix the bathroom again. Bathroom had some issues with how the shower was basically made, so there is like a little bit of a security stripe out of silicone, usually on the floor part of your shower, which prevents the water from going into the wall, and this one hasn't been done correctly. We had some major stress with those people who did this. They kind of said they didn't want to pay, and we kind of fought them, but yeah, in the end of the day we agreed on something. But yeah, our insurance also said we won't pay because it was a failure of the workers, which in fact it was, but it was kind of hard to deal with them. Lucky enough, we did agree with them on something, so that's fine. But just a few days later, we got a very bad message about basically about the contract of our purchase. So in Germany, it's very usual that if you buy a house, you have an official contract, which is even approved by a notary, and this is super official. And basically everything that is in this contract is really binding, and everyone has to stick to it. And he made a major mistake. That's all I can say. He made a major mistake, which is a lot to our well, we do have a lot of problems due to this mistake. So you would easily say that, okay, well then he has to correct his mistake, but it's not that easy, because this mistake really affects the way how we live in here, and potentially if everything goes bad, it will definitely mean that we are going to lose a room, which is the office I'm currently sitting in. But yeah, I'm not going to tell too much about it, why and how comes and so on. The only thing is we know at the moment that this room is at risk for several reasons, and this is why my situation is a little bit, I don't know, it's just yeah, you know, it's not great, but it's also, life goes on. It's nothing that money can't change, and this is I'm always like, the first days you are super down, but at the moment you just realize, and you come to the realization that being healthy, having great friends, having so many good things in your life, and hell, I'm in such a great position in my life. I shouldn't complain at all. I mean, yes, I know that's not how humans work. Even the most rich person and most healthy person on this planet will eventually feel some bad luck and some downers. I mean, even the most successful people in our world feeling downs at certain points in time. So it's pretty normal. But yeah, for me, still, I know that in the deepest of my heart, I know that I'm very lucky in life, and so this is also driving me forward again to see things positive. And now, this is the perfect segue, as if I would have planned it. I haven't, but it's a super great segue into something really positive. And this is also, the music is showing that it's getting more positive right now. I am invited to come to, but I should better say, I have the chance to go to the Gamescom 2019 in Germany, which is special on itself already, but furthermore, I will be there with Frontier Developments as an ambassador for Planet Zoo, which I can't be more happy about and more excited about. But that also means that I will get my hoofs on that game, and I will be able to somehow, in what kind of way, I'm not sure yet, but I will be able to somehow bring this stuff to you guys. and this is going to be nuts. I can't just wait to do this, and it's more than a month ago. Well, it's more than a month's time until the Gamescom is. It's from the 21st of August to the 24th, if I'm not completely wrong here. The only thing is I'm struggling, which is the first public day. I'm there the whole time, but I am not sure which is the first public day. I believe it's the 21st. Anyways, I'll be there the whole time. If you will be there and you are going to pass by the Frontier booth, look for a guy with a weird camel shirt or whatever. That's me. And we can have a nice talk or whatever. So that's gonna be awesome. So I can't wait for that. Second positive thing happened this week is, actually it happened yesterday. I got a call from our internet provider. I got a call that I really haven't expected at all. So let me just quickly tell you that story, because it's not a fun story. It's just a story restoring trust and belief in our humanity, in our society. It gives me hope, because when I agreed on the contract, and you remember, guys, that I had some real bad issues at the very beginning with our flat and the internet. You remember that struggle, right? So I had a lot of conversations with them, and then we agreed on something that, they reduced the costs by a lot, because I was complaining so much that I said, hey, well, when we bought the house, I talked to you and you basically lied to me, because you said the internet is way better than it actually is. So I'm not willing to even pay the amount of money for the worst internet connection, like for the bad internet connection. So please do something. Our problem is that we are in a situation where there's only one provider available. I mean, you can go to, I think, 2 or 3 different companies offering the internet, but in fact you are at the same provider, because they are the only ones to have the cables going into our house. So it's always better to be with the provider who also owns the cable, because, well, that makes things easier in the first place. So that's why. And I am I don't know. I went back to them and agreed on something, and I also agreed on the fact that they should call me if there is a faster internet connection available. And then they said, yes, we will do this, and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, sure, they will never do. And all of a sudden, a few days ago, when I've been at home, or actually 2 days ago, they just called me and was just like, you know what, you said to us we should call you, right, if there is faster internet. And, well, there is faster internet now. And I was like, oh, great, how much faster? And they said, like, well, a lot faster. And I was like, great, how much more do I have to pay then? And they said nothing. And I was like, okay, now where are the cameras and what's going on here? And then they said, like, oh yeah, you had so much bad luck with us and so much bad things. I see that here in the history. Hell, I've even never experienced that they remember the history with me. The only thing I always hear is like, no, I have no info on that. Even though you send them like 1 million mails or whatever, they never have any info. And like, oh, I have to talk to my supervisor, whatever. You don't even have one there, I guess. But anyways, so yeah, he basically just, he was a male one, so that's why I'm saying he actually just, I don't know, he just offered me something, and, well, because I'm always negotiating with them, I asked him if there's even more bonus in for us, because I had this struggle. He even said that I had to struggle, so I asked for what we could do. And then actually what we also get now, which is super awesome, we get a very brand new router, which in itself is not that exciting, but the new router has a more nice direct Wi-Fi system. It's the Wi-Fi direct. So basically what you usually have in your home is you have a Wi-Fi router that creates a overall Wi-Fi network, and the Wi-Fi network then is accessible for all the devices in reach that have the password and login data. And so it creates this kind of room of Wi-Fi connection where every member of this room can take part of the internet, if you will. But and then you have 2 different frequencies. The one is 2.4 gigahertz, if I'm not wrong, and the other one is 5.0 gigahertz. Obviously the 5.0 is better because it's faster, and I don't know, you can transfer data faster, so it's better, but it's still not as good as Wi-Fi direct, which means that your device you're logged onto is directly communicating with the router and the internet access. So you have to imagine as if the room I was talking about that is created has several sub-rooms, and in each sub-room you have a direct connection between the main internet and you using it, and there's no interference in between, which enables you to do much more crazy stuff, also smart home related stuff with it, than what you could do without. And this is super great that we get this for free as well. I'm really curious to see what we can do with that also for streaming. And here's now the third positive thing. Well, it's not entirely positive because my graphics card is slowly dying. For those of you who are a regular or regulars on my stream, they have noticed that I had some struggles with some hiccups here in Planet Coaster recently, which were not due to the autosave. It was basically due to my graphics card slowly going down. I changed a few things with the drivers. I went back to an older driver and it works, but overall I can see a significant drop of FPS in many games, or I should say in most games. Well, because I mean, it's what it is. The graphic cards just get older, right? That's the reason. Okay, sorry for the little cut here. I hope I can make this a bit more smooth in post-production. There was someone knocking at my door, which was the wife. So here we go again, back to the graphics card. Yeah, I do own the 970 GTX at the moment, which is a good card. And I have to say that this card really does what it should do. It is, for the time being, it has been my best friend, rocking most of the games that have been there. So I'm quite happy, but it's time to move on. And yeah, at the moment I'm looking into maybe getting the RTX 2080 Ti a bit earlier than I planned. So it's, to be honest, it's still a bit too expensive for what I love to have it for. At the moment it still costs well over $1,000 here in Germany, which is a lot of money, but maybe I can deal something with a kind of rent system or whatever. I don't know if that's possible, but I have to talk to some persons. And then also the RTX Super 2080 Super is about to be released in the next couple of days, so I don't know, maybe wait for that. So yeah, you might expect some changes, but now this works together into something which is, and this is pretty cool actually, if both works out, so the new internet connection is available, it should be available today, by the way, and also the new graphics card at some point is put into my computer, we will be having a super delicious 1080p streaming. Isn't that great? I mean, then I can finally stream in at least full HD. I'm not talking about 4K at all. I mean, I could do streaming in 4K, but hell, why should I do this, right? I mean, we could potentially try it at some point just for the fun of it, but I don't even have a 4K monitor, so I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense. So it will be all capable of, but you know, this is also maybe just let's talk. Since this is a podcast, I can just take the time and talk about that. I'm not that big of a sucker for like resolution for the sake of resolution. I am absolutely happy with a full HD resolution in games, to be honest. If it's really nice, and my monitors, like both monitors are HP monitors, I'm super happy with those. They have a super nice vibrant color pattern, they have a super great contrast, a lovely contrast, they have a great night mode, and honestly I have to say, I switched to using night mode not only on my phone but also on my computer screens I think a year ago, and I definitely noticed a difference. Like honestly, I have a lot less pain on my eyes when I'm streaming in late or doing stuff late on my computer. Oh, I have to skip that song. Let me just skip that song because talking and voice in a song is definitely not working well together. Maybe I even put other music in. I think I just put other music in because it's pretty annoying at the moment. I just keep my music in the background so that I'm keeping the flow, but I will put different music in. Anyhows, yeah, next topic we have to talk about is the channel, I guess. So I talked you through all the things going on in my life, the Gamescom, which is a great thing to announce finally. But yeah, there are more things about this, and this is the channel itself. And two things. First of all, info about the running and upcoming series, just to make sure that you guys are kind of updated on what's going on. Planet Raw will eventually return. Maybe the video is already out before this video because I have no idea when I'm able to cut these videos. So you know, it'll be back. I won't be able to upload in, let's say, in a more regular schedule. I think I just want to finish it. I'm totally honest with you. I'm done with the project. I just want to finish it off somehow. So I will definitely build some of the things out. Maybe 2 more episodes after the one that drops this week, and then this should be done. I don't really want to put more effort and time into it. It just is what it is. It worked out for what it is, but I'm kind of done with the project. So I think there's no more value in it if I just bring it out for the sake of bringing it out, right? So nah, I don't know. I just don't want to do this. I don't want to lie to you guys by just pretending I'm super happy with the project, which I'm not. And also there's to be room for a secret project, which, and this is the first time ever, will be a project that I'm completely finishing before releasing any more info about that. I'm just here to tell you that I'm secretly working on something else, which is something I have absolutely never done, but I wanted to do in Planet Coaster in general from the very beginning, but I haven't had time to do it at all. So now it's time to do it. It's the first time ever that this will be something that is not aimed at doing stuff that hasn't been done before, because as you know me, I'm most likely trying to do stuff that hasn't been done yet just for the sake of trying it. But this time I'm intentionally doing something that has been done multiple times. I just want to try to take this and raise the bar a little bit higher, at least for my perception. I think that's it. Yeah, well, next topic is not Planko related. I mean, everything else about Planko, you know. Let's just check the boxes. Eastern Apali continues as always, no change at all. Staleva continues as planned. Next episode on Operator's channel as soon as he's back from holiday, and then Sylph will take over after he is back from holidays. Then there will eventually a bit of a break when there is the Gamescom, and then we should be able to finish that quite quickly after Gamescom. Next game update is Parkitect. Let's put a checkbox here. The lovely zoo, Gadile Zoo, will just continue, not on a regular basis because I just can't deliver it time-wise, but I have a lot of fun with this project. Eventually we will stream that this week again, maybe on Friday, maybe on Saturday night, I don't know. Let's have a look when I find the time to do so, and I want to do so. I'm just looking at it, so potentially that works out as well. The next thing we have on our list is City Skylines. I have to admit that I wanted to continue with my series for so long. I just don't see the time to do it at the moment. My plan is, and here's me telling you the truth again, my plan is to have some days off at some point during the next couple of months, and also having some days off when my wife potentially hasn't got any days off, because we still have the struggle with her new job that we can't really take off days the same time always. So maybe there is a potential for me to have like 2 or 3 days off, and then I kind of would, is that even a term, binge playing or whatever? I would just go into the game and try to play it for 8, 10, 12 hours straight on 2 days each, so that I've got 22 hours of worth of material, and maybe hopefully moving the whole project a lot more forward. That gives me room to continue that one, because it's not dead, and I definitely don't want to consider this project to be dead. So yeah, it definitely will continue. So we have basically checked all the boxes with these games, but there's obviously that one big game. Oh well, no, I forgot about Jurassic World Evolution. I've built on something for the last couple of days, and I will release that end of this week, maybe beginning of next week. It's just a little bit of a cinematic project, so nothing major, but I'm fairly happy with the result. With all the latest updates on the game, it was finally possible. So yeah, I'm also quite happy with that. Just to let you know, it will eventually appear. So yeah, checkbox done with Jurassic World Evolution, and now moving on to the less dead animals, if you will, the less extinct ones that you can find in Planet Zoo. So Planet Zoo is the game this year of Frontier Developments that will be released on the 5th of November. For those of you who have no idea, for whatever reason you should have no idea on this channel, then you're definitely on the wrong channel. well, yeah, it'll come out at the beginning of November 2019. It will be a brand new zoo game, and I can't wait to get my hooves on it. As soon as there's any more new info, you see that on this channel, obviously. And trust me, since we are being very close with Frontier recently, we'll get all the infos on that as soon as they're available. So that's super good, super great. I can't wait to share even more stuff with you. There is a little bit left in my pocket, so to say, of infos I can't talk about. And I've actually no idea when I'm able to talk about, because we have to wait until they release these things. And yeah, I can't wait to talk about these things when they're there. So really cool stuff as well. Is there anything else I can talk about Planet Zoo at this point in time? I don't think there is, because after the E3, which was really a big dump of information, I should say, there's a little bit of a break now, which is totally understandable, because they will slowly then build up the hype for Gamescom again. So I think the July will be pretty empty, pretty silent, I would believe, because yeah, it would make sense to start off with August again, to bring out all the info on that, to slowly start the hype for Gamescom and make people watch stuff on the Gamescom, which is very likely for me to happen. Okay, so now checkbox is done with all the games. Let's talk about live streaming. It's me being your live streamer, if you want, on Monday evenings on Twitch. So this still remains true for the most part. If there's no time in real life, I can't stream. It's not my job. I have to see that I do this in my free time. So most of the times on Monday that works. So if you like to catch a live stream of me eventually, make sure to sub to you don't need to sub, it's enough to follow my Twitch channel, so you get the notifications as soon as I'm live, because as long as I have this room available over here, I'll be able to stream also at nights, which is awesome. And then sometimes I just go online spontaneously. So it's always great to have that app available and see your push notification as soon as I go online. All right, that's also checked from the list. And the last topic I really saved for the last minutes is a bit more serious, if you will, even though it's not too serious. But I thought about my channel again, like I'm always doing, and I tried to make this like a smooth intro now. Don't worry at all, there's no major change coming or whatever. I just want to quickly talk about some minor things I wanted to mention again, just repeating. So first of all, please make sure to continue giving me criticism on my language, on the video format, on spelling mistakes, whatever. I know how this... Sometimes people think it's bad to say something, or impolite or whatnot. If you keep being nice and friendly and polite in your comments, I have absolutely 0.0 problem with you guys giving me constructive feedback and criticism. This is what I'm here for as well. You know, just next to the great gaming stuff and the awesome community, I want to learn. I'm just here for learning. And whenever I tell you that I'm questioning all the stuff and I'm asking for so much, it is only because I'm thriving for information. I just want to know stuff. This is my drive. I just do want to know stuff, and this is why I'm constantly asking you for feedback and stuff. It's not to annoy you. If I do so, I'm sorry, but it's just me. I just want to know more, and please continue giving me all these info. I know English language is being weird, like so many things I don't understand. I don't know why the leopard is actually pronounced leopard. I don't know why the key isn't pronounced K, because typing this word doesn't make sense to call that thing key. And hell, talking about segue, I don't even want to start with this word, right? I need this feedback from you guys to get better at stuff. I do want to make sure that in the future you guys can say, hey, the quality of his production and his stuff is great, it's good. But to get there, I need your help, because I try my best at watching series in English. I try my best at always kind of listening to my episodes as well, to make sure that I do also spot my mistakes. So I definitely noticed recently that I used the word obviously way too often. So I actively try to reduce that at the moment, to make myself a better speaker, which is then again really good for my everyday job, for my daily job, because I tend to be quite a good speaker, I guess, in German. Like I would love to say quite good, because my German is also not that great. I'm not even joking. Like, of course my German is great in terms of everyone else who's not German by nature would consider my German to be great, but if you're German, my German isn't that amazing, because my German pronunciation is a bit destroyed by the western part where I come from. So I do have a weird German accent, not as bad as the Bavarian people, but it's still not great. So I don't know. This is also why I feel I'm comfortable doing German videos, to be honest. That's mainly the reason. And yeah, is there anything else I can talk about regarding this? No, I think there isn't. It's just that I really encourage you guys to give me constructive criticism again on everything, not only on my pronunciation. Please don't just focus on that. You can also give me feedback on the videos itself. If you noticed, again, something wrong in the videos or whatnot, please let me know. This is the only way I can improve stuff. There's no other way. Great. Okay, good. Okay, next thing on my list, and this is the very last thing, is I want to continue growing on YouTube. And this time, it's the first time I want to actively talk to you about that. So recently I told you, which is still holding absolutely 100% true, that my value and my currency I see here on YouTube is interaction. I don't give a shit about views at all. Like I'm happy if the videos get a lot of views, but for me it's way more important that they have the interaction, that there's a lot of feedback going on, there's a lot of communication going on, there's a lot of stuff going on in the comments. I've seen that with the Planet Zoo videos, there's a lot more going on, which I really love. It's an active conversation which I love to join and give some answers on. So this is what I want to do. But I realized the only way to get there is what happened in the last couple of weeks, which works a lot better. My channel grows a bit better than before, which is obviously, yes, it's good, but it is also something that I have to focus on more to make sure that we get more conversation, because I totally understand that not everyone wants to comment. Yeah, passively, or just passive it's definitely the wrong word. Like watching YouTube videos, only consuming them and not continuing or not joining the conversation is totally fine. I have also my go-to channels which I never comment on because I just consume the content. That's totally fine. But I got others that I constantly join the conversation on. So I think it's always related to yourself, to your personal attitude towards the stuff you're doing. So please never ever feel bad or insulted if you watch my videos, ask for feedback, and you don't put anything in. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And here's the reason, coming back to growing, here's the reason why I am you're kind of encouraging this more. I'm focusing more on that one now. By growing, by the nature of growing, new people come in, and there's always a percentage of these new people that are likely to comment on videos. So the more people we are on this channel, the quicker we grow, and it's always like a tendency that new people tend to comment at the beginning more often, and then eventually it gets a bit more less, which is again totally fine. But knowing these kind of things, it's a good idea to focus on growing more, to have more people in that constantly comment. Like, we have a lot of evergreens here, which I totally don't want to miss at all. But again, just to add on that, we need more. I need more. I want more. I'm reminded of a song of Ariana Grande, which has super awesome lyrics. I see. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. I think that's how she phrases it. I love it. Okay. Anyways, and so here's the thing. I want to do more often. Yes, I'm asking for the subscription shit. I try to work that in as natural and as normal as possible. So I don't want to pre-record a final thing at the end of the video saying, hey, don't you want to come to my channel and just hit the subscribe button? I just don't want to. I don't feel it, but I think it's possible to work that in my normal commentary without feeling cringy or whatever. I think that's totally doable. But again, I think this is something I have done way too less. I want to ask you guys to be helping me actively. So You don't need to give me money, you don't need to get a member, you don't need to sub on my Twitch. That's all not needed. I'm doing great, guys. If you want to, I'm not saying no, right? Don't get me wrong, because then I get my graphics card quicker for you guys to produce better value productions. So do it if you want to, but there's no need for it at all. But the thing I want to ask from you guys now more often, I will do this more often, because I'm sure this video won't get that many views, because this is for these people really feeling the channel and really interested in my stuff, which is totally fine, because this is how it works. I would love to ask you guys to think of other people you know that might like my content. So, you know, if there are friends you may have never considered because they are not yet in the community, or whatever, they are in the community, and you never talked about me or my channel, whatever, try to reach out to those people and just give them my link or whatever, and tell them to just check my stuff, and if they're interested, they stay. If they're not, they leave, or they basically never come back, which is the same thing. But yeah, if you know someone that knows someone, you know, that's kind of the standard phrase. No, I'm just trying to think about if I do this, and I actively do that. So if I have a channel I like, and I think some of my friends might like this as well, I just pass them the link, and if they're interested, they use it. If not, then not. But you know, I would actually ask that from them as well. If I know that they kind of have the same taste and stuff, I would actually love them to send me a link as well. So maybe, you know, tackling this area from that side, it'd be awesome if you could pass my link of this channel to people you think it might concern. So that's the last demand of this video. Anyways, since this podcast has been a bit too long, as always, not surprising with Rudi, I know, but this is what you expect here, this is what I deliver, so here we go. I think it's a perfect match. You know what I do for the last couple of seconds of this video? I do say thank you all a lot, because this is, I said that too less. I really thank you guys all, because you guys, especially those people watching this video and listening to this very point in time and not having skipped forward. Hey, I noticed you checking this. I noticed you skipping forward to this point. I noticed you. You know, for those people who stick with me the whole video and did not skip forward like you, they deserve, everyone deserves it, a big thanks, because this channel wouldn't be possible without you guys. And even I mean, we are in summer holidays time nearly, so that means that YouTube is in kind of a break anyways. So considering this, the channel is doing pretty well recently, and it's time to say again, thanks. You guys are amazing. You are the reason why this is working out, because otherwise I'm just talking into my microphone in an empty room as I'm doing right now, but no one else will ever hear that. So you are awesome. It's awesome, it's great, I enjoy this all a lot, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video. And please also let me know if you like this kind of update podcast thingy, because I could think of doing this a bit more often every now and then to get you guys in and put this all in one video. For now, that's Camel over, and I see you in the next one. Until then, have a great time, and bye bye.
We may find